So, welcome everyone to our inspiring IAPC&M authors series, which you can find on our blog and which complements our fantastic book review club run by Hulya here present. So today we have you on the other side, right? So basically, if you're a practitioner wanting, dreaming, struggling to add a book to your business strategy, you're in the perfect place because the guests are sharing not only their writing and publishing story, but also how having this book, and all that work actually upscaled their business. So today, I must admit, for the first time, we actually have a power duo. We have Hulya and Aylin, authors of The Resilient Professional, 8 Strategies for Career Success and Anxiety Management. So welcome to both of you. And thank you for sharing the why and the how of writing your book with us. Hope to be authors. So let's get into it, really. I mean, first of all, why a book? Why?
Why a book?
Yeah.
Because a book is an accumulation, a compilation of all our wisdom and our knowledge that we want to share with a wider audience. I mean,
Right.
me and Aylin, we are very active. We do lots of blogging, etc. But this writing a book is actually very rewarding. It
Yes.
also creates that wonderful platform, a one-stop shop for people who want to have some strategies at their fingertips, because that's what we came up with. And I think everyone has got a story to tell. It's a mix between a bit of personal experiences, knowledge, wisdom that we attained through our journey, helping people. That's our main thing, because ultimately we are coaches, we are trainers, and we want to help and support people. So,
Right.
but I need to compliment.
Yeah, but it's just the whole idea. I mean, already writing a book, we all have different reasons for writing a book, but I think it's already hard enough on your own. Or is it easier when there are two?
Ooh, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I found it really much more energetic to be two, because when you're one, you procrastinate a little bit more and you read a little bit more. But when there's two of you, once we decided, right, okay, what do we want to do? Because our expertise areas, there are lots of parts that are intertwined, but there are also
Right.
parts where Hulya is quite has quite an expertise in terms of career coaching, where
Right.
I have quite a lot around perfectionism, self-worth, and compassion.
So it's combining skills in a way then.
Yes.
It's combining
and
your...
these are all very, very important in every part of your life. But we want to focus and condense our knowledge towards the professional life, because we see a lot of stress happening, burnout happening in the professional life at the moment in the past few years.
Right.
And the statistics are showing really alarming numbers, statistics made by
Right, so you
Health
wanted
Organization.
to help
So we wanted to
people.
condense our knowledge and keep ourselves accountable together.
Yeah.
And that makes it easier. So we're like, come on here,
Yeah.
let's meet up. What do we do? What's the deadline?
I think it's actually a very good tip, because we're talking about tips here for authors, but I actually think that is a very good tip, because when there's two of you, exactly, you can encourage each other, hold each other accountable. I think it's probably easier to have a structure. So how did you proceed? Both of you decided, okay, let's write a book. We have a message. We want to get it out there. We want to impact people. And also the idea, I guess, that, having a book is good for your business, right? Would you say that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. It is. It creates credibility and visibility. I mean, we are both authors already, right?
Right.
And I met Aylin during the training of IAPC&M, right? And I've got my book as well somewhere. Give me one sec. I take it.
Yeah, come on, bring it on. It's
exactly. Promotion's always good.
But you see it on my here as well.
Perfectly imperfect, wonderful
And
title.
this is how we met with Aylin, writing our first book, which I got lots of training from IAPC&M, of course, with Dawn and Ruby. And then as we were Aylin, we had this wonderful vibe and this connection. And we thought, you know what? She's fear. I'm background a bit more professional and corporate, right? So I saw as well the pattern like Aylin described, and we said, why don't we combine? And the first step was the following: we put our brain together. What's the message you want to give? I want to give. How
Right.
can we complement each other? We took the framework like module 1, module 2, module 3, and then we said, that's the title. I take this one. This needs to be in the book. Who will take it? Me. And then we actually worked on a Google Drive separately, but we always took ourselves accountable. Like after 1 month, Adi, did you finish this? No, I had this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished. We need to finish
Yeah.
now. Yeah, but
It sounds like a perfect idea, to be honest. And I would say for people who haven't even maybe got a book out yet, that might be a very good first step. Join forces with someone who does have a bit of an idea and maybe who is different to you. Some people are very strategy based, so they'll be very good at getting the skeleton of the book. And other people might be more creative, have lots of content that they want to put in. So that could be good. And so then how did you proceed with okay, what's your part? What's my part? Also regarding publishing or where it was going to be distributed. Which way did you two choose?
So once we have decided what this is going to be about, and as I mentioned earlier, we want to do this for professionals, but it would also be helpful in their private lives.
Yeah.
So not only your professional life, but you can take all these knowledge and skills you can apply in your in your private life. So once we have decided and we have shared, okay, do you want to take this chapter? Okay, I can do this chapter. For example, Hulya is really good at communication, and I took self-compassion and perfectionism. So once we have done that, we have written that, and we put that on the Google Drive. We then reread, checked, and Hulya knows a publishing company who helped her with the first one.
Right.
I also have a publishing company with my first one, but because Hulya was really happy with Cosmo Publishing, so we decided to go with them. So they took it and they did the editing. That takes quite a while as well, because Hulya gets her parts back and I get my parts back, and they're like, okay, can we have them back, please? Did you have a look at them? So we have to approve their editing, their corrections, and that's another whole
process, but you do need those extra eyes, right? You do need those other eyes to look at it.
Absolutely.
And I think the longer sorry, my phone, other phone, I've got so many phones, I'd forgotten this one wasn't turned off. The thing is also, that you need to have somebody who doesn't know the content, because you've both been working on it so much that, of course, it all seems to be perfectly right for you. So, okay, so you have this external party who then did all the editing, and you, if I may, you shared the costs for all of this?
Oh, yes, of course, we did 50-50.
Yeah.
We did as well our first editing, we did ourselves, because we used Grammarly, for example, right?
Right, to get it as good as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we
to
wanted
save
to
time and money.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Do all you can first, right?
Because this is tips for as well aspiring authors, right? So Grammarly is worth investing because you do the first round of editing yourself. Then the publishing company will do the last read. That helps because the first one I published, I spent lots of money. I mean, you know how it is, Aylin, right? The first one.
Yeah, I spent a lot too.
Me too. And now for the second one, great, because this is a company that translated my English first book into Turkish, because I've got a Turkish as well, and they were really efficient. So, we thought we go with this. And actually, how long did that take us, Aylin, to completely finish?
I think I would say about a year since we made the decision we actually get it published.
Yes.
Yeah. This is after the whole writing process, right? This is after you finish.
Yeah. Everything together. In total.
In total, 1 year from deciding to write a book and actually start. That's not bad, huh?
But we each had 4 chapters, so that was a lot easier than doing a whole book by yourself. And then, like, this one took me at least about 2 years to publish. because I just kept sitting on it.
Yeah,
Even
and I
though
think
it was
that's when you're wrong,
finished.
it's never finished, right? Because you always think, oh, I could add this, I could add that. And that's what I hear from a lot of authors. Better have various books, rather than, just spend your whole life trying to write one and each time adding more stuff in. Yeah.
Exactly. And this has 10 chapters. So it's a bit different when you are actually writing half the book than the full book. But it flows, definitely. So there's a flow to it because we have made the decisions about what chapter should come after which one. So that it would be useful for people reading it and easy to navigate their way around the book.
And you have it in hard copy and also in e-version?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And my author's copy do come on Wednesday, Aylin.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I think I'm receiving mine next week.
And so how do you go about promoting it now that you have it? Because do you both have different target audiences, or are you still more or less in the same niche?
I think we are more or less in the same kind of niche. I mean, we complement each other. Aylin is doing good stuff there. What we try to do is to have a live Instagram, right, Aylin?
Right.
Yes, so we have agreed the 19th of November. We are going to have a book launch, and it's going to be Instagram Live. And during that time, we are actually going to lower the price so people joining in can have it for a special price, whether it's on the hard copy or on ebook. It's going to be something like 99p just
fantastic. And so you're promoting that really wide in your audiences, as in both of your social media audiences.
So that we just want people to benefit from this. You don't get rich by writing book.
No.
That's what I'm hearing a lot, right?
So the whole idea is to really complement what we do and to help people with what we have condensed, written in the book. And they will also have a chance to win 1-to-1.
Okay, so you're doing like a little game as well. I mean, a launch is a good idea for people as well, because, you've got the whole process between, what do I want to write? Who's it for? How do I structure it? How do I stay on track? And then once it is finished, who's going to edit it? Who's going to proofread it? And all the rest, right? So your publishing house did everything for you, the cover, the inside design and all of that?
No, the cover was actually done by Aylin, and then we had our heads together, right? But the rest, I mean, we did the writing, we did the first editing, and then we sent it over. They did this typesetting, last read, came with propositions, and then, of course, the flow. For example, Aylin has got great tools and techniques in between and some images. Me as well, but at the end, I've added, for example, networking wheel, my special workbook with the wheel and everything. And then we went through it, of course. They did all the typesetting, going through a nice flow, the ISBN number, it put it on Amazon, eKindle, and also printing our author's copies.
Right. But I think it's a good idea, right, to have somebody do all of that, right? You're sure it's right. And so financially you split all of that. That's also, I would say, a good advantage of doing it together, especially if you're,
But also, I really think that the first book, we were both very new, and I think we ended up spending a lot of money. And I think with the second one, I mean, this is my fourth one now, but this is actually economically been the best.
But I mean, that, to be honest,
one.
When we think of this audience, the people listening here are people who haven't written a book, right? Who know that they should. Either they know they've got a book in them that they want to share, or they know it's good for their business, for their credibility, their visibility, all of that. But for lots of us, it might not even be the writing which holds us back. It is the money. It is the fact that, if you're starting out and you don't yet have a flourishing business and you really want this to be, basically your business card to show to people that you're serious, that you're good. I think a lot of us, it is the money that we think, but
there is a lot of help out there in terms of, for example, Canva. With Canva, you can find a lot of images. There are so
Yeah.
many images there, and you can even create. Canva has an AI part that you can
Wow.
say, I want a cat sleeping on a wooden chair, and it will create it.
Incredible,
So you
right?
can have your
Yeah.
own unique image
Yeah.
that is not anywhere else.
Yeah.
So Canva is a part that I would say is good. And also Fiverr is good because you get freelancers to do graphics
Okay.
for the covers. And there's a guy I use, and he has done 3 of my books. The
Right. So
4th
that's
one
nice
was done.
also. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's always the first one the hardest because, you know, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, you've both then, you know, you've got your expertise. You've already found, well, both of you have found either a publisher or somebody who does the design, who knows you, who understands what you're looking for. And that does streamline the process a lot better. I mean, I love what you're sharing. This is great. And this is really making me think that there's a lot to be said for joining forces, in particular for your first book. You know, from all points of view, as in you're combining knowledge, but you're holding each other accountable, the energy, and, you know, days when people, one of them's feeling overwhelmed, the other one can say, you know, we can do this, let's break it down. And then also, you know, what you're sharing also around the launch and the idea of having this also Instagram live launch where you're reducing the price, where you're giving a giveaway.
Yeah.
And when there's 2 of you, that also makes it more
But
fun,
also
right?
you share that knowledge. For
Yeah.
example, there were things that I didn't know. For example, Hulya came with, okay, my publisher is really great. They're quick, da, da, da. So we went for her publisher. But then I was like, you know what? There's something called Grammarly.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew a little about it, but I hadn't actually paid for the
Yeah.
full membership.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, Hulya is like, you know, action. And she was like, okay, I paid full membership. I'm using it, checking all the grammar stuff, and
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Get it. So I got it.
And it
as
does a
well.
huge amount of work, right? For everyone, including native English speakers. because-
Sharing that is
Yeah.
so good. Sharing knowledge to push us forward in the process.
Well, this is
has been
fantastic. Okay, at the end, we will remind people of your launch. But if I were to ask each of you for 3 tips for want-to-be authors.
To be authors, just start writing. Don't overthink. Don't sit on it. Start writing immediately from your heart. The editing, the flow, you can check out later.
Okay.
And also tap into the resources that you have. If you're with IAPC&M, I know for a fact Ruby and Dawn are the mentors, but also tap in the kind of resources that we have in terms of authors. That could be me, that could be Aylin as well. We're happy to be as well mentors, give them some guidance in that sense.
Wonderful.
And thirdly, just action, just do it, because action yields results. Even if it's 200 words every day, that is bringing you closer towards your goal.
Thank you. Aylin, anything particular you would like to add?
Yeah, firstly, you know, as a book of the perfectionism
Yes.
author,
A great title, I
say-
must say. Perfectly imperfect.
I'd
It's a
say-
great title.
Make a decision first. Make the decision. That's the most important thing. And your emotional brain might go, you say, okay, I'm going to write a book. And the emotional brain goes, I don't think so. You're not ready. Make that decision. Remember, procrastination is your biggest enemy. So, as Hulya said, start doing something. Most importantly, what's the message you want to give? What is it you want to help with? What is it that you want to put out
Get
there
really
in the
clear.
world? Yes. So make that headline about what it is about. Then really just make bullet points. Once you have bullet points, it becomes easier of the message you want to give. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right,
so
remind
much
us
for
again. But now that you've given so much value and worth here, remind us again the title of your book.
The Resilient Professional.
Right. And where can we find this book?
It's on Amazon, in ebook version, Kindle version, and hardcopy version. And just before you, I had a conversation meeting with the Toastmasters. He's also professor at the university. I talked about the book already because I'm doing all this verbal, promotion. And he said, I love the book. I'm going to order it now. So
See,
Just
so
like-
follow your instincts and order it. And remind us about the launch. So the 19th of November, are we free to join as well?
Everyone
Yes,
is free,
please
like
come and
Instagram.
join us.
So
Yes.
how do we
Hulya, what-
find you?
Time-wise, because it's not going to be all day. So time-wise, it's going to be, we had to really find out how we could work the best way. So it's going to be 11 UK time. 11:30 UK
11:30,
time.
11:30 UK time.
11:30 to 12:30 UK time.
30
Yeah.
UK
Yeah.
For
on
us,
the
it's 12.
19th of November.
Yes.
And where do we go? So you have a joint Instagram page or?
Oh,
Well,
we haven't
one
yet,
of-
but that's not a bad idea.
Maybe we should create a new one, huh?
But how do we find it? How do we find your launch?
Well, look, I mean, normally I was thinking I just start the live Instagram. You will see when we are live. It will pop up anyone who's following us, so you need to
Yeah.
follow us. And I will be
Individually
joined.
then?
Yes,
Follow you
yes.
individually.
We will both
Okay.
open it up so that both of them will be, both of
Okay.
ours will be live. And
So both of your, so Hulya, Kurt, and Aylin Webb, both
Webb.
your Instagram handles.
Not one of the Instagram handles.
Okay.
We didn't even thought about that because
no, we
only-
didn't get yet, but we
Yeah,
can
we
both
didn't
have it
get there yet.
open.
But I
Yeah.
can open. I mean, I opened the Instagram handle. Hulya, Kurt, Aylin will join, and then we are
Right.
both live. It's easy, and you
Then
will
I
see.
encourage people listening to join in as well. And like that, you'll have an idea of how to do a launch for when that book, we have to give
Yes.
ourselves carrots to move
Yeah.
forward. Thank you very,
Yeah.
very much, both of you. Have a wonderful launch. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And do come back and share all of these other books, right? We're always
And
happy to
hopefully
hear.
we'll see you there as well.
Exactly. All the best.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Bye.
Bye.